What if the place you trust most has been quietly rewiring your mind for years, and you never noticed? You think your home protects you, but psychology suggests it may also be programming you, not through mind control, not through hidden technology, through something far more powerful, your everyday environment. If you've lived in the same house for years, your habits, emotions, decisions, and even your relationships may have been shaped by invisible patterns hiding in plain sight. Here's the twist. The biggest influence on your personality might not be your family, your job, or your past. It could be the rooms you walk through every single day. And once your brain accepts those patterns as normal, breaking free becomes incredibly difficult. Before this video ends, you'll never look at your own home the same way again. Because the signs you've been missing are probably surrounding you right now. The most dangerous changes in your life rarely happen overnight. They happen so slowly that you stop noticing them. That's exactly what your brain does after years in the same environment. Psychologists call this environmental automation. Your brain is designed to save energy, so it turns familiar places into mental shortcuts. You stop noticing the hallway, the kitchen, even the chair where you spend every evening. Imagine coming home from work and automatically collapsing onto the couch to scroll your phone for hours. It doesn't feel like a choice anymore. It feels normal. The surprising part? Research suggests your surroundings can trigger habits before you're even consciously aware of making a decision. Over time, that quiet autopilot shapes your confidence, your productivity, and even the future you believe is possible. But your environment influences more than your habits. It also stores something far more powerful. Some places don't just remind you of the past. They make your brain feel like it's living there again. Psychologists call this context-dependent memory, where your surroundings automatically reactivate emotions tied to them. You may walk into your kitchen and suddenly feel comfort, or step into your bedroom and feel anxious without knowing why. Imagine a family dining room where years of criticism happen during dinner. Even after everyone changes, simply sitting at that table can make you second-guess yourself. The surprising part is that your brain often retrieves emotions before you're consciously aware of the memory itself. Over time, these invisible emotional cues shape your confidence, your self-worth, and the choices you believe you're capable of making. Sometimes, the hardest room to leave isn't in your house, it's in your mind. And the next trait explains why comfort can quietly become your greatest limitation. The greatest trap isn't danger, it's comfort that slowly convinces you to stop growing. After years in the same home, your brain adapts so completely that what once felt exciting becomes invisible. Psychologists call this habituation. The more familiar something becomes, the less attention your brain gives it. You stop exploring, stop asking questions, and eventually stop believing change is necessary. Picture yourself taking the exact same route to work every day, passing the same park, the same coffee shop, the same opportunities, without truly seeing any of them. Here's the surprising part. Your brain filters out familiar experiences automatically, even when they could inspire new ideas or better decisions. Over time, that quiet routine can shrink your confidence, your ambition, and your willingness to take risks. Because once comfort feels like safety, growth starts feeling dangerous. And that's where the next hidden trait begins to take control. The hardest place to leave is often the one that has become part of who you believe you are. After years in the same house, psychologists say your brain forms an identity attachment. Your home stops feeling like something you own and starts feeling like an extension of yourself. Imagine turning down a dream job in another city, Not because you're unqualified, but because the thought of leaving your house feels strangely unsettling. The surprising truth is that your brain often mistakes familiarity for identity, making change feel like a personal threat instead of an opportunity. Little by little, that belief can limit your confidence, weaken your willingness to take risks, and convince you that staying still is the safest choice. A healthy home should support your identity, not imprison it. And the final trait reveals what truly determines whether a house helps you grow or quietly holds you back. Your future is rarely built by one life-changing moment. It's built by the small rituals you repeat without thinking. Every long-term home develops patterns, and psychologists know those patterns gradually shape your emotions, relationships, and decisions. Imagine a family that shares dinner every evening, talking and laughing together. Now, imagine another where everyone eats alone, staring at separate screens. Both routines feel normal to the people living them, yet they produce completely different lives. Here's the surprising insight. Your brain treats repeated behaviors as evidence of what is normal, even when those behaviors are unhealthy. Over time, those invisible rituals influence your confidence, your sense of belonging, and even how you expect others to treat you. In the end, a house doesn't define your future. Your daily rituals do. The question is, what story has your home been quietly teaching you every single day? The most powerful changes in your life often begin with a question you are brave enough to ask yourself. Not, what is wrong with my home? But, what has my environment been teaching me without my permission? Because your home has never been just walls, furniture, and memories. It has been a silent teacher. Every routine you repeat, every emotion you attach, every belief you reinforce inside those walls slowly becomes part of your story. But here's the most important truth. Awareness is where your freedom begins. The moment you recognize the patterns around you, they lose their invisible control over you. You are no longer simply reacting. You are choosing. You are no longer trapped by old routines. You are capable of creating new ones. Remember this. Your environment can influence your identity, but it never has the power to decide your destiny. Your home can be a place where your past lives forever, or it can become the foundation where your future is built. So tonight, look around your space differently. Notice what gives you energy. Notice what drains you. Notice what version of yourself your environment is encouraging you to become. And if this video changed the way you see your own home, share your thoughts below. How long have you lived there? And what has your home taught you about yourself? Subscribe for more psychology insights, because the next hidden truth we uncover may reveal something about human behavior you've experienced your entire life, but never understood. Because sometimes the biggest forces shaping your life are the ones you never learned to see.